I wanted to see how Cave would explore science fiction. That was my next move over. You had we don't have to get into it, but Shapes is brilliant. But we can get to that later. But I really was curious how a company that saw such a value in George MacDonald would treat science fiction. I think that's really where I was at, because science fiction is predominantly an atheistic property, an atheistic medium. Star Trek. That's right. That's one of the differences between Star Trek and Star Wars. Star Wars is much more mystical, and that's why I think we don't have to get into Star Wars either. But when they turn the Force into a biochemical thing, that I think that it robbed Star Wars of its deeper implications.
Yeah.
And so when you guys are touching on the mystical inside of a science fiction story, oh my God! Like, it was the second the dreams were showing up, like, and there's carnality between the dreams. I'm like, this is how God moves culture. This is what does he operates in the intangibles. Darkness can only darkness can't remove the invisible, and so that's why God moves in his different ways throughout our planet, throughout history, through the first. Yeah. And I think a lot of people writing science fiction, they're so caught up with what they can see and what they can touch and what they can taste that they don't have the mechanisms internally built up to bring the mystical and the intangibles into science fiction. So when you guys were doing that, oh my God, I was completely blown away. I was like, wow, this is so much. Yeah, this is a great thing.
Well,